Remember how it was going to the grocery store and not seeing what you needed on the shelves? You were in a panic to get what you could, but nothing was on the shelves that you needed. Very little things like meat, sandwiches, lunch meat, the things that you would normally find on the shelves were gone. This is what we had to deal with. Is this coming back? Hello, welcome back, Bushcraft family, with another video. And I really didn't think I'd be making another one of these videos. But yeah, food shortages. I've been seeing a trend going on here in the last few months that I've went to the store, seeing less and less things. It kind of reminded me of the times during 2020 times when everything was pulled to the front and there was nothing in behind and just empty spots on the shelves. Not seeing certain canned goods anymore. Discontinuing a lot of stuff so they can focus on just making the popular brands and things like that. It's coming back. And some of the things that they're talking about really is very interesting. Why there are shortages and why there continues to be shortages. And some of these shortages are due to increased prices. The stores where we buy things are facing big problems right now, like things not being available and price increases. We're expecting even more trouble with not having enough food in 2024. Yeah. And further on, because of things like climate change. Yes, this is a reason. This is a subject that they're blaming on a lot of the shortages right now. Climate change. Don't really know the reason behind it, but many of the products we used to see, you're just not seeing anymore. There's less variety. For example, it is reported that the amount of soft wheat rated as good as excellent this year is 93% less than last season. And you can blame that, on the stuff that's going on in Ukraine and Russia, excuse me. But the more we look at things, and this comes from a wholesale company. This is a company that distributes to millions and millions of stores around the world. They decide what the starting price is for a lot of the products that the stores charge and how much money they make off of things. And they came up with this factors contributing to food shortages in the ending months of 2024 and the upcoming months in 2025. Supply chain distributions. Problem like transportation delays or shutdowns can make it hard to get food from where it's made to where it's sold. Climate change impacts. Extreme weather events like floods or droughts can harm crops, leading to less food available in stores. Economic pressures. When there's inflation or economic instability, it can make it harder for people to afford food, and businesses might struggle to keep prices stable. Regional disparities and vulnerabilities. Some areas might have less access to food due to factors like remoteness, poverty, or conflict, making them more vulnerable to shortages. And the last one here is historical predecessent and lessons learned. Looking back at the past times when there were food shortages can help us understand what worked and what didn't, and deal with the challenges guiding us in finding solutions now. Potential impacts on consumers, higher prices and inflation. When there's not enough food, prices go up. This makes it harder for people to buy what they need, especially those with lower incomes. People might have to spend money on food, leaving less for. We got a cat back here somewhere. Yeah, kid. Sorry about that. Limited availability of certain products. Some foods might be hard to find in stores because there isn't enough of them. This can happen because of problems with getting the food from where it's made to where it's sold. So shelves might be empty of things like bread, fruits, and vegetables. Shifts in consumer behavior and preferences. When there's shortages, people change the way they shop. They might start buying different things or looking for food in new places like local markets. They might also choose foods that last longer or don't go bad quickly. Next one is impact on food security and vulnerabilities committees. Food shortages hit some harder than others, especially for those already struggling to afford food. It can make it even harder for them to get nutritious meals. This affects kids, older people, and others who rely on help to get food. So it's important to make sure everyone can still get food that they need. And the last one here is how to prepare for retail sector food shortages. Number one is building resilience at home, stocking up on essentials. Keep a supply of non-perishable foods like canned goods, rice, pasta that can last a while. Having enough food stored can help you get through shortages without worrying about empty shelves. And again, this report is coming from a wholesaler that supplies to stores all around the world. And this is what they're telling, putting out for their customers, and their customers' customers, if you know what I mean. So this is very important to pay attention to this. This is what they're telling you you need to do. The next one is diversifying food sources. Don't rely on supermarkets. And this is a company that's telling you to don't rely on supermarkets. Explore local farms, markets, co-ops, or online delivery services for fresh produce and other essentials. Having different places to get food can help you find what you need, even if one source runs low. Learning basic cooking and food preservation skills. Knowing how to cook simple meals from scratch and how to preserve food, like freezing, canning, can come in handy during shortages. It helps you make the most of what you have and reduces waste. And this is number 2 of this. Community level preparedness. And this still amazes me how this company is putting this out. It seems like it's coming from a prepper channel or something. Okay, establishing local food networks. Work with neighbors to create networks for sharing food and resources. This could involve setting up community gardens, food co-ops, or sharing excess produce from backyard gardens. Oh, man. Collaborating with neighbors and community organizations. Talk to your neighbors and local organizations about working together to support each other during shortages. This could include sharing information and sharing resources or organizing community events focused on food security. Advocating for policy changes and support. Get involved in advocating for policies that support food security and resilience in your community. This could involve lobbying for improved access to healthy food options, supporting local farms, or pushing for government-assisted programs for those in need. By working together at a community level, you can strengthen your resilience to food shortages and support each other through challenging times. Wow. This wholesaler of food is telling you to get involved, basically vote in people that will help during these times. I wonder who that could be. Man, this is something, isn't it? Now here goes another category. Here, strategies for retailers and suppliers. This is something here. Here's a detailed look on how retailers and suppliers can prepare for a respond to food shortages. 1. Improving supply chain resilience. Investing in technology and infrastructure. Retailers and suppliers can invest in technology such as inventory management systems, productivity analysts, and automation to improve efficiency and visibility across the supply chain. Upgrade infrastructure, including transportation and storage facilities, can also enhance the ability to quickly respond to disruptions. And again, this is not for us. This is for the suppliers. This is what this wholesale grocery store retailer is telling us, or not retailer, but is telling others where they get the food at and stuff, how to prepare for this upcoming shortages and stuff. This is wow. Strengthening supplier relationships. Building strong relationships with suppliers is crucial to ensure a reliable flow of goods. This involves open communication, collaborations, and mutual support, developing long-term partnerships and this my mouth's not working. Diversifying the supplier base can help mitigate risk associated with dependence on a single source. Enhance communication and transparency. Keeping customers informed. This has not been a thing, you know. This is and this makes sense. Imagine if the government and stuff told you that expect food shortages that are coming. You know, we're not used to it now. Even with 2020 stuff that happened, we're still not used to it. But imagine if our government would tell you when there's expected shortages coming up. People would be used to it, and they wouldn't go out in the stores and buy all the stuff that they could. They would start limiting the stuff that they were using. They would, you know, go to other sources to find more stuff. You always have that person that's going to panic and go and buy 50 cases of water and a shopping cart full of toilet paper. But I think if we would get regular updates on our food supply and stuff like this, people would slow down on some of the stuff that they would be consuming. There's always going to be oddballs in the group that's will throw things off, but imagine if this was a warning system. Like when there's a storm coming, we get warnings all day and night. Imagine if there was something that would tell you when there's bread shortages or wheat shortages, so supply on bread might be slim. It might be time to start baking bread at home, you know, stuff like that. It would make so much sense. But no, we go to the store and wonder why, oh, there's no bread. I could have been stocking up on flour in yeast and stuff. Yeah, no warning at all. And that makes a lot of sense there. And let's see. Let's look at and they have a conclusion here, so we might as well go ahead and read that too. In conclusion, as we navigate the challenges posed for potential food shortages in the upcoming years, which that's kind of the fact that they said upcoming years is kind of worrisome. Again, food shortage in the upcoming years, it's essential to recognize the factors contributing to these disruptions and their impacts on consumers. From supply chain disruptions to shifts in consumer behavior, the effects of food shortages can ripple through communities, particularly affecting vulnerabilities and populations. To address these challenges, proactive steps must be taken at both individuals and collective levels. This includes stocking up on essentials, diversifying food sources, and fostering community networks for support and resilience. I mean, what more could we say? This is coming from a major wholesale food service company. This is a PFG group that was made, and I came across this during my investigation of the food shortages and trying to keep everybody updated on food shortages and stuff that was coming during the 2020 times. The sicknesses and all that stuff, and all the shortages, that empty shelves and stuff that we seen then. Like I said, this company, I'm not going to release the name or anything because this is a member type thing. So this is a number one retail wholesaler partner, and they are putting out this information to help with the upcoming shortages that they see coming. And it could be a lot of price increases. Will actually contribute to a lot of this. And we all know that there are products out there that are the exact same thing, but one thing is cheaper than others, and everybody will gravitate to mine all those up as soon as possible, leaving the more expensive alternative on the shelves. And if you haven't been paying attention with your shelves and stuff, now the big major cities that people live in and stuff, they might not see any shortages at all. They'll see fancy shelves and everything, but the smaller communities and stuff, again, we'll start seeing that before everybody else will see it. And that's something we need to be preparing for. And I can't believe that I'm actually saying this again, that we might have to start preparing for food shortages once again. But I thought this was very important to put out there. And with that being said, I'm going to leave you at that. Until next time, God bless.